Dolly wants to play with you, but this is anything but a kid's film. Hello my fellow Dreadites, welcome to Dread Alert. I'm Vince. If you love horror, be sure to give us a follow. Today we're talking about a new slasher film, Dolly, which premiered at Fantastic Fest on September 21st. Dolly follows Macy and Chase, a couple on the verge of engagement, as they head off for a weekend retreat to the woods. There they find a doll graveyard and the titular Dolly. Dolly's bent on harming Chase and making sure Macy is her newest living doll. Shot on Super 16, this film is director Rod Blackhurst's love letter to the gritty grindhouse genre of the 70s, as well as the new French extremity, with a little David Lynch thrown in there for good measure. This film is campy, it's surreal, it's incredibly serious, and it's also incredibly unsettling. The handheld cinematography lends to the grittiness, and there's some cool overlays that give a sense of old school film. And yet there are some incredibly surreal and artistic sequences in this film which really heighten the anxiety. Also heightening the anxiety is the production design. I swear you can smell some of these sequences. And the antiquated baby furniture is incredibly dangerous looking and incredibly creepy. The score is driving and intense with overtones of doll music, which makes it that much more unnerving. And the practical visual effects are of note. There are some truly gnarly sequences in this film. Rod Blackhurst is setting out to create a slasher franchise for a new generation, with a sequel, which is a prequel, already in production. The cast is incredibly capable, with Max the Impaler playing the titular Dolly in a way that is both frightening and imposing, and also surprisingly sympathetic. Seann William Scott and Ethan Suplee turn out incredibly believable performances, and even Rod Blackhurst's own daughter, Eve, appears in the film. This film is a nod to films like Halloween, The Evil Dead, and the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it wears its influences on its sleeve, but it has an identity all its own. And this film is paced exceptionally well, cramming its 84-minute runtime full of action. At its heart, this is a film about motherhood. Dolly desperately wants to be a mother and abducts women to be her living dolls so she can mother them, whereas Macy is afraid of becoming a stepmother and passing her own trauma onto another child. This is an interesting conflict that plays as a subtext throughout the entire movie. I had a blast with Dolly. It's gritty, it's campy, it's surreal, it's funny, and it's incredibly serious, looking at some incredibly relevant themes. I highly recommend you check out Dolly whenever it's available. Dolly premiered at Fantastic Fest 2025 on September 21st, and stay spooky, my friends.